How's it going, everyone? Perry here with Fortified Measures. Welcome back to the third installment of the at-home indoor range series, where we're going to be covering all of the different dry fire training tools that I use in both my personal life and with my business as well. In the last video, we covered the interactive multi-target training systems, or the i-MTTS targets, and all the different applications and uses that you can use them within your own personal training regimen. In this video, we are going to be covering the CQB in a box setup from Laser Ammo. Now, if you guys find the information in this video helpful, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and turning on your notifications so that you guys get notified every time a new video drops. Also, in the description below, we're going to leave some affiliate codes just in case you guys like what you see here and want to pick up your own set. All right, so the CQB in a box setup, which ironically comes in a bag, these guys have quickly become some of my personal favorite pieces of training gear in my entire setup. I've been using them now for about 2 months, both with my clients and with different local law enforcement agencies as well, and they have been a big hit with everyone. Some of the best things about them, aside from the features that we're going to cover here in a second, is really, for me, just the wow factor. Laser Ammo did a fantastic job with designing these to have great practical use, whether you are using them for room clearing or training for a shooting competition, but also just the overall professional look that they have to them. Now, I love using the i-MTTS targets, but the CQB in the box set just seems to pack a bigger punch when you use them. Also, they do make training a little bit more exciting and dynamic. As a disclaimer, Laser Ammo did send me these targets for review and testing, but also to give my honest feedback to you guys. All right, guys, so let's talk about everything that is included with the set. First up is going to be the carrying case. Now, this is great if you guys travel a lot and you're bringing your targets to different training environments. It's going to keep your targets super safe and secure with all the padding inside. The only complaint I have with the carrying case is it only has a single handle for you to carry it with. For me, I'm not that tall of a guy. When I'm holding it, it's pretty much getting close to dragging across the floor. So personally, Laser Ammo, if you guys are watching this, I would love to see if you can include a shoulder strap within the next version. The set will come with the 3 tripods that you need for the targets. It will also come with 3 separate human-sized silhouette targets that have 9 different target zones between the 3 of them. It'll also come with 3 sets of these reflective shooting cards here, which you can install onto the targets themselves if you want something different to shoot at other than just the white boxes that are available. And then we also have the controller unit. So very similar to the i-MTTS controller, except a lot less functionality. So with the controller, you're basically just going to be starting and stopping the drills that you're running. The set is going to come with all the tools needed for assembly, including the batteries for the target sensors. And lastly, it will come with a USB drive. On the drive is going to be the program that you need to run in order to manipulate all the settings on the targets themselves. You will need to download the CQB terminal. You can get that directly from the Laser Ammo website. It is in the instructions, so make sure you guys read the instruction manual. And lastly, something important to note is that the program only runs on PC and is not compatible with a Mac. All right, so let's talk assembly. There's not a lot to do, but it is a little tedious. First up, the tripods are fully installed, so that's great. But for the target silhouettes themselves, all of the target sensors are going to be separate, so you do have to screw on all 9 of the target sensors. That being said, once again, pay attention to the instruction manual. Inside the target sensor here on the left-hand side, they are numbered 1 through 9. So this is very important as far as installation goes because the number is going to correlate to the different body part on the target. So for instance, 1 here, you have the head, 2 for the torso, 3 for the pelvic area, then you're gonna have 4, 5, 6 on one target, 7, 8, and 9 on the last target. This is super important when you guys are doing the programming. Inside the CQB terminal, if you are changing the amount of hits you want the target zones to take or the color of the target zone as well, you're gonna have to know which sensor that you are actually programming. So make sure that you guys install the sensors in order from 1 to 9. All right, so let's talk about the target sensors themselves. Face value, they're going to look identical to the i-MTTS targets. They have the same button layout, they have the same light indicators, but with these, you really only need to worry about the power button because once again, you're going to be running all your programming off of the CQB terminal on your PC. And then up next are the batteries. So these are my only complaints with these targets is the battery system. Like the i-MTTS targets, they take 3 AAA batteries to run off of. But with the i-MTTS targets, you had that open face bottom where the batteries were exposed. It made it very easy to change them out. With these, they are fully enclosed, which I totally understand, but there are 4 different screws that you have to undo in order to get to the batteries. Personally, I'm only getting about 4 or 5 uses with them before I need to change the batteries out. So that being said, I am running them for hours at a time, but after 5 uses, now I need to undo 36 little screws and change out 27 batteries in order to get them up and running again. It's a lot of work, but also it's a lot of money in batteries. So Laser Ammo, if you guys are watching, I would absolutely love it if you guys would include some type of internal battery storage to either we can charge them overnight or we can run them off of a power bank. Okay, so let's talk about some of the physical features you get with the CQB in the box targets. First up is they do swivel. So you can change the angle of them, which is convenient if you want to place them behind a barricade and have only small portions of them sticking out or coming out of a doorway. But you can also take 2 of them, set them up one in front of another, and now you can have a some type of like hostage situation where you have a shoot and a no shoot target. With the tripods themselves, there are knobs here on the center so you can adjust the height of your targets. And then with the controller unit, very similar to the i-MTTS controller, except with this, the only thing you're really worried about is the power button and the start button. So with the program button that's on here and the split interlaps and arrows, they really have no functionality. That is because these targets are the version 2 of the CQB in the box set. The version 1, you could actually run drills that were similar to the i-MTTS targets, but now with the version 2, all the program again is directly on the CQB terminal on your PC. So you're really only worried about the power button, and then the start button will go ahead and turn the targets off or start the drill as well. Now on to the weight. The weight of the targets individually are pretty lightweight. Tripod and target together is only about 8 pounds. So they're very portable. But what's kind of funny is that when they are together in the carrying case, it's about like 50 pounds. So I don't know where that extra weight comes from, but like I mentioned before, there's only that one carrying handle, so it would be nice to see in the future if there was some type of shoulder strap so that it makes transportation a little bit easier. Moving on to the target zones. So like I mentioned before, you're gonna have 9 different interactive zones combined between the 3 targets. Each is gonna have the head, the torso, and the pelvic area, and they're gonna work with both the red lasers and the IR lasers. All right, lastly, let's talk about the programming options. With the version 2 model of the CQB in the box targets, you now have the ability to change the color of all the different target zones. So that being said, you can either have the target be one whole color, or you can have each individual target zone be its own color. So you have 5 different colors to choose from, or you can have them be randomized so you can come up with some creative drills with that. You can also change the grouping of the targets. So what I mean by that is you can have each one of the zones work together where, let's say you set a single shot to the head will wipe the entire target, or 2 shots to the body will wipe the entire target. Or you can have each target zone work independently to where whatever the set amount of shots you put for each target zone, you'll have to shoot them out each individually. And then you can also program them to take up to 5 shots each. All right, everyone, so there is your in-depth look on the CQB in the box set. As you can see, there are a ton of different applications you can use them with. They're gonna be great if you're running 1-person or team room clears, if you are training for a shooting competition or running active shooter drills, or if you're just working on the basic fundamentals. The only limit is going to be your imagination. Like I said in the last video, with both the CQB in the box set and with the i-MTTS targets, they're only going to be compatible with the Laser Ammo products or one other brand called Cool Fire Trainer. But again, we are going to cover that in a total separate video. But just be aware, if you guys are using laser trainers already, they are probably not going to be compatible with these targets. But stay tuned for episode 4, where we're going to cover all of the different pistol options that I use for my dry fire practice, and then all the rifle options in part 5. If you guys have questions on the CQB in the box set or any of the other Laser Ammo products, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember to turn on your notifications so that you guys get notified every time we release a new video. Thank you all so much for joining. We will catch you in the next one.